Hello everyone, welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good morning to you all. Yes, just give me a second. Where is it? Yes. Hello everyone, once again, a very warm welcome to EduTerrain and good morning to you all. So, again, as part of what we have started after the notification of NABARD and RBI, we have resumed our schemes and report section, and I have already shared with you all the schedule or the schedule of what we are going to do under this on Telegram channel already, and I request you all to please come up with suggestions related to those schemes and reports that you want me to take in these sessions. बजट और इकोनॉमिक सर्वे का तो आपके बोलने से पहले मैंने ऐड कर दिया है, बट स्टिल इफ़ देर आर एनी, बिकॉज मैं जो करंट अफेयर्स में चल रहे हैं ना मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम्स अभी तक वी हैव कंप्लीटेड क्लोज टू 90+ schemes in the form of YouTube sessions as well as PDFs also I have been uploading lately since the last 2 months. So वो सारे बनने के बाद और भी कुछ है तो आई एम ट्राइंग टू कवर देम, बट इफ स्टिल फील लाइक ओके ये स्कीम ऐसा है कि जो वी वांट यू टू डिस्कस इन डिटेल उस तरह से कुछ है तो प्लीज़ लेट मी नो, आई विल बी एडिंग इट टू माय लिस्ट. ओके, so coming back to our session, today we are going to see प्रधानमंत्री उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान, and it is a scheme launched by the government of India long back. उसी का भी रीनेम हुआ था जुलाई में, and this was all over the news very recently owing to the highlighting of this scheme while budget presentation, especially interim budget में ये बहुत highlight हुआ था. Okay, now where would this be important? Applicability of this scheme. This would be important as part of your regular current affairs for phase 1 and ESI current affairs for phase 1 and phase 2 education, one of the important topics under phase 2 ESI. These are my credentials. I have close to 7+ years of experience in teaching regulatory bodies examination students, especially ARD, ESI and current affairs. Okay, before starting, I have a small announcement again here. We at EduTerrain, we are offering a good amount of courses, good number of courses that can help you brave through the merit sections of NABARD especially and ESI and the general awareness of RBI. And all these courses, they are at a very affordable prices. If you want to know more about these courses, I would suggest you to download the EduTerrain app from the Google Play Store, and then you can purchase this free course content which is of just 1 rupee, and the content, that's first 4 chapters from ESI and ARD and various tests, notes, schemes notes, everything has been uploaded under this, so that you can have a taste of what you are going to get if you are going to purchase the main these courses. So you can go through that and you'll have an idea of the kind of the quality content and the presentation, etc. With that you can take an informed decision, and you can go through the deliverables of each of these courses on the app itself. If you still have any queries, you can always write to me at helpdesk@eduterrain@gmail.com, and you can WhatsApp me on 8826550134. This is my WhatsApp number or WhatsApp number of EduTerrain. You can message on that as well, whatever queries or questions that you have. Okay, so with this, let me start today's session. Pradhan Mantri Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, one of the most important schemes in the field of education. Now, this has been launched by the Department of Higher Education under the Ministry of Education, Government of India, and it was for the first time launched in 2013, जो हम लोग मानते हैं उसका first phase as राष्ट्रीय उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान रूसा scheme. Okay, later इसका second phase launch हुआ था 2018 में. After that, it was relaunched in June 2023 by making few changes in the already existing structure based on the suggestions the department has received, and they renamed this scheme and relaunched as Pradhan Mantri Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan. And the major motto behind the launch or the running of this scheme is to provide some support to those higher education institutions to improve themselves by providing them with funding so that they can offer best of the courses to the students in higher education. Now, the main aim to enhance the quality and accessibility of higher education across the country. Now, what was the budget? It is 1,815 crores that has been allocated for this from the already 1.2 lakh crores that has been provided to the Education Ministry. Now, this is a centrally sponsored scheme, that is whatever the funding that is there, that would be shared, or expenses should be shared between the central government and the state government. This is aligned with the national education policy, and when we look at the funding criteria, it would be 90:10 ratio for certain states like hilly states, northeastern states, etc. 60 to 40% for the other regular states, and while union territories without any legislature, they will receive 100% of the central funding, that is entire expenses would be borne by the central government itself. Now, what is the eligibility criteria to apply for this PM USHA funding? As I have said earlier also, this is a scheme where funding would be provided to the higher education institutions, that is HEIs. Now, what is the eligibility major criteria? 1. The colleges of any discipline under section 2F of the UGC Act are eligible for these funds, but at least 10 years of active administration is required for this. So, after the college has been established, it would have run that college for 10 years, then they would be eligible for this. And 2, colleges must have grade A of NAAC accreditation or a good NBA score. Now, what is this NAAC accreditation? Now, when we talk about higher education institutions, they will undergo National Assessment and Accreditation Council, and based on their working, etc., on various parameters, they would be given an accreditation. Okay. So, here government organization, this is the Government Organization of India, NAC, which that assesses and accredits the higher education institutions. It is an autonomous body funded by the University Grants Commission, that is UGC, and headquartered in Bengaluru. Established in 1994 in response to recommendations of National Policy of Education by the then National Policy of Education of 1986. As you can see here, if any educational institution, higher educational institution, it wants to go for the PM USHA funding, then they should have accreditation of A and above, only then they will be eligible and for the funding. The main motto of this NAC is excellence, credibility and relevance. Now, NBA, National Board of Accreditation. This is also one kind of accreditation that is under for the higher education institutions, and here this was initially established by the All India Council of Technical Education under section 10U of AICTE Act in 1994. Why? To assess the qualitative competence of the programs offered by the educational institutions from diploma level to postgraduate level in the fields of engineering and technology, management, pharmacy, architecture, related disciplines that are already approved by AICTE. This came into existence as an independent autonomous body from 2010. Okay, and in 2013, MOA, Memorandum of Associations, have been amended and rules of NBA were amended, and it has made itself completely independent of AICTE. That is, it would be not only administratively run separately, but also financially it would run separately from AICTE. And educational institutions, they can apply for the you can say accreditation from this particular board, wherein they will give a qualitative analysis, that qualitatively they will refer, that is quantitatively क्या है, इतने students है, इतने courses है, इतना है, everything would be measured on some statistical part or level, numbering, number देख के ही बात करते हैं. But qualitative जैसे what is the knowledge level of the students imparted, और किस तरह से jobs मिल रहे हैं, किस तरह के jobs मिल रहे हैं, because if the quality is good, obviously the kind of jobs that are offered or the kind of institutions that are coming for placements and all that, it would be altogether different, the kind of outcome that these institutions are producing based on all these qualitatively measurable parameters. The ranking or the accreditation would be given to the organizations or the colleges here. Now, coming to the अब एक हो गया किस बेसिस पे हुआ है, सिंस इट वाज इन दैट आई हैव टेकन यू थ्रू दैट. नाउ पीएम उषा का ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या है? फर्स्ट, to improve the overall quality of existing state higher educational institutions by providing them with support. How? By funding. Usher transformative reforms in the state higher education system. Implementation of recommendations of NEP 2020. Thereby NEP 2020 को implement करने के लिए they might need some funding support as well, क्योंकि कई जगह पे ये है कि they have to establish proper labs, they have to maintain some infrastructure for that. Funding would be required, so all would be done through this. Ensure governance, academic and examination, that is evaluation reforms in the state higher education institution, that is again based on the NEP 2020, thereby establishing a backward and forward linkages with school education as well. Create an enabling atmosphere in HEIs to devote themselves to even research and innovations. See, wherever research aa raha hai, obviously there we would require good amount of funding. Correct regional imbalances in access to higher education. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि though there are colleges but they are not able to elevate themselves to the level of the other educational institutions which are concentrated only in few parts. So that can be done by availing this funding. They can elevate themselves. Setting up institutions in unserved and underserved areas. Wherever there are there they can go for the expansion of the already existing. जो जहाँ पे ऑलरेडी है वहाँ से they can go for expansion in the unserved and underserved areas. Focus on multidisciplinary education including STEM, science, technology, engineering and maths, commerce and humanities fields of education. Rural areas to get access to better quality institutions and developing infrastructure. Okay, for either online or offline or online digital mode or complete digital mode of education. Providing adequate opportunities for higher education to socially deprived communities, including more of the deprived communities. Enhancing employability through skilling and vocalization. Obviously, when the courses, new kind of courses, they are being launched and new kind of skills that are required in the market currently, if those kind of courses can be launched with the help of this funding, etc., that would help in the employability as well. It improves accreditation status of accredited institutions and getting accreditation of non-accredited institutions. Obviously, for the funding, they have to get this done, so they will go forward. Providing better hostel facilities, especially in the remote areas. As I've said, all these funding, there are various components that also we'll be discussing, as part of which infrastructure development would be taken place. Establish new model degree colleges in districts where there are no government and or government aided institutions. In that case, they can go for the establishment. Focusing on those areas where there is low gross enrollment ratio, left-wing extremism areas, border area districts, aspirational districts or districts with higher ST or SC population. There they can focus more through this scheme. Now, what are the major pillars or you can say focal points of PM USHA scheme? One, सबसे पहले है equity, access and inclusion. How will that happen? Through establishment of these or expansion of the already there colleges in the unserved and the underserved areas, thereby providing them with an opportunity. Enhancement of teaching and learning excellence, as part of which capacity building will also be done. Okay, accreditation of unaccredited institutions. This will help us understand the kind of quality education that they are imparting. Leveraging information and communication technology based digital infrastructure. Enhancing employability through interdisciplinary collaboration. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जैसे फिजिक्स और मैथ्स का, फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे मेटीरोलॉजी है, atmospheric science, if you want to study, it is an interdisciplinary science. So whatever the college, if they are offering any such courses, so it should have both that, and thereby will have a separate set of courses that can be launched again, which has good employability in the market. एक example दे रही हूँ मैं. Strengthening the accreditation part, thereby we will be able to understand the quality, and thereby will also know where we are lacking and how to improve that through this funding. So these are the 6 major pillars of PM USHA scheme. Now what are the components of this scheme? As you can see here, multidisciplinary education and research universities. So here not a single, जैसे कि सिर्फ engineering ऐसे नहीं, multidisciplinary education and research universities, they are being promoted so that they can serve to the vast interest of the students. So currently 35 such universities have been selected under this, and 100 crores per university they are providing, thereby total 3500 total amount is allocated for this. Grants to strengthen universities which are already accredited and unaccredited universities, जो अभी accreditation के लिए गए हैं. 73 such universities they are planning, each costing 20 crores, and total 1460 crores have been allocated for this. Grants to strengthen colleges, which are generally under these universities only, both accredited and unaccredited. 401 such colleges they are planning, 5 crores for each, 2005 crores for them. New model degree colleges. So based on the latest technological aspects, they want to come up with a new model degree colleges where we can have they can have such courses which are based on the current requirement in the market. So 40 such new model degree colleges they are planning, each being provided 15 crores, 600 crores total. Gender inclusion and equity initiatives, so for which an awareness has to be created among the people, and they should be shown, okay, ये अगर पढ़ेंगे तो उनको अच्छे से employment opportunities है, and कुछ subsidies भी देना पड़ेगा. All that, for that also there should be some amount allocated, for which 50 districts they are planning to do that, where we have just now discussed ना, जैसे left wing extremism है, border वाले हैं जहाँ पे higher SC/ST population है, उस तरह से. Their unit cost 10 crores and total amount is 500 crores they are allocating. MMER grants, that is management, monitoring, evaluation, research, और भी कोई ऊपर वाले जो overhead cost type के होते, for that also 1% for states and 1% for central MMER, they have allocated 161 crores. Now when we talk about these components, if you look at them, they have been very carefully structured to improve the higher education scenario in states and universities. How? By targeting the existing higher education institutions, keeping with philosophy of national education policy, to consolidate and transform the existing institutions. Okay, already जो existing है उनको ही हम लोग थोड़ा elevate कर रहे हैं. Districts as a unit of planning and strategizing for improving access and equity. So ऐसा नहीं कि ये ऊपर से everything is being percolated down. No, from down, from district level they are accepting the invitations or applications, and then they are scrutinizing accordingly they are doing. So मैं वो भी आपको सभी समझाऊंगी थोड़ी देर में, how the flow of funds would happen. Areas where there are no HEIs, to improve educational parameters in unserviced areas, there with the help of already existing, जैसे for example एक बड़ी city में एक already higher education institution है which is very good. Now they will help that to expand itself in those areas where there are no higher education institutions, thereby promoting this or improving the services in the unserviced or underserved areas. Okay. Yes, officers choice. आप कुछ दिन just 10-15 days रुक जाइए, then we'll come up with marathon sessions and completely ARD static के ऊपर ही हम लोग करेंगे. Okay. अभी currently we are focusing on those schemes which are in limelight and important for your examination. Static भी हम लोग करेंगे. Currently we are focusing, paid sessions and all that, we are doing more of the static content only. Once वहाँ पे already 60% हो गया है, 10 more % होते ही, then I'll start with the ARD static MCQ sessions, so that वो भी बच्चे आराम से set हो सके. Okay? Yes. Now this is implemented and monitored through an institutional structure of bodies with very clearly defined roles and powers at the central, state and institutional levels, जो district levels पे भी होते हैं. How it is done? Central level structure. It comprises of 4 major bodies. One is the National Mission Authority, which is chaired by the Honorable Education Minister himself or herself. Project Approval Body, National Project Directorate, Technical Support Group. So from whatever the applications that are coming from the district levels or the institutional levels, that will go to the state level. After that it will come to the central level, where all these they'll look into that and approve. State level में कैसा रहता है? State Higher Education Council, State Project Directorate and State Technical Support Group. Institutional level structure में it is managed by two bodies, Board of Governors and Project Monitoring Unit. क्योंकि जिस organization institution चाहता है कि they want to come up with this application, then they will be looking into that how it is to be done. एक unit type का setup कर लेते हैं. Then they will present that to Board of Governors and they look into that all that what is the requirement, how much and all. Accordingly they will send that to state level. From there it will go to the central level. Now what is the scope of PM USHA scheme? Where they are focusing more? First, the focus districts. Priority would be given to the focus districts. What are the applications that they'll receive? They'll focus on those aspirational districts or border area districts or such focus areas that can help them achieve the motto of this scheme. That is equity, accessibility and all that, no? That one. Focus districts shall be identified by the concerned states or union territories subject to a maximum of 50% of their districts considering the lack of access to government colleges and the proportion of disadvantaged categories such as SC, ST, OBCs or women and the remote or aspirational districts. So based on the number of them, they will be supporting here. Now what states identify the focus districts basis of the following indicators. किस तरह से करेंगे? ऐसे रैंडमली तो नहीं करेंगे. कई डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में हो सकता है कि ऑलरेडी इंस्टीट्यूशन है बट दे आर नॉट ऑफ गुड क्वालिटी. कुछ ऐसे हो सकते हैं दे डू नॉट हैव एनी सच गवर्नमेंट और गवर्नमेंट एडेड इंस्टीट्यूशंस एक्सेट्रा इन दैट डिस्ट्रिक्ट. सो लॉट ऑफ पैरामीटर्स आर देयर. दे लुक इनटू फर्स्ट द डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स विच हैव लो ग्रॉस एनरोलमेंट रेशियो, जहाँ पे एनरोलमेंट ही नहीं है. ओके. पॉपुलेशन प्रपोर्शन एंड एनरोलमेंट प्रपोर्शन फॉर फीमेल्स, ट्रांसजेंडर्स, SC, STs एंड OBCs, जहाँ पे ये वीक रेशियो दिख रहा है, देयर दिल फोकस मोर. Aspirational border area or left wing extremism prone districts, they'll focus on them. Gender parity, where more number of males are getting enrolled in the courses rather than the females, so such kind of districts they'll focus. Recommendation of institutions shall be done by the state or the union territory governments or the state higher education councils, but though they have only one right, that is they will be able to recommend, okay, these are the institutions or these are the places where we want the institutions to be done, or the institutions which they want to do here. This is the list where we want to do, but the final decision would be taken by the central authority only, that is headed by the Minister of Education. Okay, so there they will look into that. Now, helping institutions in getting or improving accreditation. The selection methodology shall be based on a challenge method. So here the process of selection through challenge method, how it is done. Although the components proposed under PM USHA are open-ended, but the number of units are limited, right? So there would be challenge. So number of applications aayenge, but only few would be selected. Thereby they will be challenging them. How? Through various stages. First stage mein kya hai? At the first stage, the states or union territories would sign an MOU with the Ministry of Education ki we want to participate in this program. See, the MOU would include inter alia commitment from the states regarding implementation of the NEP reforms in the higher educational institutions, supporting all government and government aided institutions in applying for accreditation, because accreditation is a must if they want to avail the funding under this scheme. Adoption of guidelines on the national credit framework and choice-based credit system for 4-year undergraduate programs. So whatever the guidelines that are already there, they have to adopt and implement, right? Not only accreditation, उसके बाद जो adoption है वो भी उनको चाहिए. अब ये हो गया second stage में क्या है? The universities, colleges and districts will be shortlisted by the state governments by giving priority to the focus districts for getting support under component 2 and component 3, जहाँ पे grants to strengthen universities and grants to strengthen colleges, हमने जो components देखा है. Further, the state governments would also choose the list of districts by giving priority to the focus districts in their states to be supported under component 4, new model degree colleges, and component 5, gender inclusion and equity initiative. So under these 4 components, the state government would shortlist based on the applications it has received. Now after this, all these proposals would be submitted to that central committee. There the proposals would be first evaluated by the Minister of Higher Education with the help of technical support group, because this group will have all the idea of this qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, how everything needs to be done. So once that is done, they would be examined, appraised and approved by the project approval board on the basis of points mentioned in the above selection criteria. जो selection criteria है उसके basis पे, and also on the basis of the past performance of the states, how well they performed बाकी programs में, based on that they will be selected. Okay, so this is how the funding under PM USHA scheme can be taken. So let's have a quick recap of what we have done till now. We have seen the basic features, that is basic details of the scheme, that is कब launch हुआ, कैसे launch हुआ, what are its various stages, when it has been renamed and all that. After that we have seen the basic objectives of this scheme, we have seen the basic pillars of this scheme, its motto, we have seen what are the eligibility criteria to apply for this, we have also seen how the methodology, how the movement of the application will go. We have seen the components of the scheme under which the number of institutions that they are planning to develop, and we have also seen the stages through which they are strengthening the higher educational institutions in various states. But entire what you will say that authority or approval authority lies in the central authority only, okay, in the hands of central authority. So this is all for PM USHA scheme. Now homework questions. कल जो मैंने पूछा था 31st July 2024. So as per NITI Aayog's SDG Index 2023-24, which goal has recorded the highest increase in score from 54 to 67 in 2023-24? It is goal 13, climate action. As per the same index, which goal has the highest score among all SDGs with 97? कई जगह पे 96 भी है. It is SDG 7, that is affordable and clean energy. We have seen no, even 100% in few cases. Now today's homework questions, not 17 July. It is 1st August. Okay. राष्ट्रीय उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान scheme was renamed in which year as a प्रधानमंत्री उच्चतर शिक्षा अभियान PM USHA scheme. Recommendation of institutions in focus district shall be done by the State Higher Education Council and finalized by the state government. Is it true or false statement? These are the homework questions. You can answer them in the comment section as well, or we'll be discussing the answers in tomorrow's section. So before winding up the session for today, again a small announcement: the best online courses for NABARD Grade A and RBI Grade B or IBPS SAFO, we are offering at EduTerrain at very much affordable prices. If you want to know more about the courses, I would suggest you to download the EduTerrain app from the Google Play Store, and you yourself can go through the content that is already uploaded there. Free content course आप download करके, especially if you want to know more about these other courses which are already there, free content course will give you a the whole how the content has been presented, live classes किस तरह से conduct हो रहे हैं and all that, demo sort of all the courses I have uploaded in this. Later on you can look at the other courses. So yes, this is all from my end today. Now the forum is open for your queries, questions if you have any. Thank you very much for being so patient. Yes, ARD static भी जल्दी ही मैं शुरू करूँगी. Yes. Okay, no queries, no problem. You know where to reach out to me whenever you have any queries. I wish you all the best. Have a great day ahead. Please take good care of yourself. Bye bye.